Welcome to JA Ourselves Session 1. For this session, you're going to need the following materials: the volunteer guidebook and the junior journal packet. You're going to need the junior journal packet for all 5 sessions, so be sure to collect these after session 1. Also, be prepared to access the digital presentation for this session at learn.ja.org. You can work with the classroom teacher to determine whether you or the teacher would be responsible for pulling up the digital presentation each time you go to the classroom. We recommend asking the teacher to have the presentation ready for you if possible. To aid in preparation and facilitation, you will see in your volunteer guidebook blue text boxes, which contains JA of South Dakota's session-specific teaching tips, and yellow text boxes that include vocab terms and presentation content that are not already in the guidebook. Greet the students and welcome them. Be sure to share why you're choosing to be a JA volunteer, a little bit about the company you work for, and a little bit about yourself. They really enjoy learning about volunteering and hearing about your background. Session 1 is going to be all about making choices. One thing that is interactive for the students to do is to ask one person to come to the front of the room and be your vocab expert. Ask them if they know what the word choice means. Have them get their definition. After they give their definition, then they can tap on the screen and the vocab word pops up. You can reiterate what a choice is, so to pick one thing over another. The students will really enjoy having the opportunity to come to the front of the room to be the vocab expert and be able to use the smartboard and the interactive whiteboard. As I mentioned before, this session is all about making choices. You're going to be asking them questions of different scenarios about choices that they would like to make. So maybe it's how they choose what they're going to do for the day, if they like oranges or bananas. One way to make the game interactive is to pick 2 different sides of the room. If they choose to pick shorts to wear for the day, maybe they'll go into the left-hand side of the room. If they choose to wear pants for the day, they can go to the right-hand side of the room. If your classroom is tighter, you can also have them stand for one or sit for another. This gives them the opportunity to have some movements. As you go through and continue to ask all these different questions, they might have some stories to share as well. Kindergarteners really love to share and interact and engage with their classroom volunteers. In this session 2, you'll be talking about money and those choices, and that we need money to buy those choices that we're going to have. For this slide, you might need to help explain which is more money, 50 cents for a cookie or $3 for a sandwich. If you can, consider bringing in $1 or a quarter to show to the students. Once you go through your different scenarios of money choices and what you're going to purchase, you're going to move on and do your activity. The first thing they can do for their junior journal is write their names on the bottom, and they can write how many letters are in their name. Give them time to decorate their face so they can look like themselves. Once you have allowed them time to do that, they can flip to the very first page and talk about the this or that activity. They are going to go through a worksheet where they're going to choose if they want 1 big present or 2 smaller presents. And they are also able to color in some balloons. They can have an opportunity to write what they would like to have for their birthday at the bottom of the page. The great thing about the front picture is some students are going to want to go into a lot of details. So I recommend giving them, based off your time, maybe 2 or 3 minutes to start this or that activity. And then they'll have extra time after they've worked on their worksheet. They can come back to the front and begin to fill out and color more of their face and make it look like themselves. This is a recap of session 1. We hope you enjoy your time in the classroom. We will see you for session 2.